Hello, I'm Chuck Stankowski, Fire Training Officer for Las Vegas Fire and Rescue. The Regional Transportation Commission invited a few of us from all of the fire departments in the valley to attend an important training. We learned about the diverse fleet of public transportation vehicles in circulation on our streets and how to properly shut these vehicles down in case of an emergency. Because not everyone could attend the training, we have put together a video to show you what we learned and to help you in case you ever face an emergency situation involving a bus. The RTC has about 11 different types of vehicles operating on our roads. The newer buses are fueled by CNG or compressed natural gas, but there is still older diesel and diesel hybrid buses in circulation. As the RTC renews their fleet and continues to produce more CNG-fueled vehicles, the number of different buses will decrease, but for now you could run across any of the various vehicles you see here on the lot.
You will always know what type of vehicle, not just by the shape, but also by the number. These numbers are always in the same location through all our fleets. 900 series will be hybrids, double-deckers are diesels. Once you start getting into the 800 series, now we're getting into a CNG system.
We will start off talking about the CNG buses because they are the most common buses and the type of bus you would most likely come in contact with. You can spot a CNG bus by the number. That will be in the 800s, or a little more obvious is the powered by natural gas logo on the top of the bus. This is where the fuel tanks sit. If one of the CNG buses was to catch on fire and reach temps over 219 degrees, the bus has a pressure relief valve that will automatically expel the compressed natural gas through these engineered holes on the top of the bus. As gas is being released, be aware of any ignition sources that might be close by. At the rear of the bus on the side are the fuel shutoff valves and battery cutoff switches. Half the turn shuts down all of the battery power to the vehicle, and turning the red valve will completely shut the gas off to the vehicle. These two gauges will let you know how much pressure and fuel is still in the system. The AGM glass mat batteries do not have acid in them and are locked down with a screw, so you'll just need to cut the negative wire you see right here if you need to shut down power to the bus. The articulated buses will pivot in the center, and this flexible section includes quite a bit of wiring. This is an area you would never want to disrupt by cutting. The fire suppression system is at the back of the CNG buses and would be activated if the sensors detect methane gas or temperatures above 350 degrees. At this time, the engine would shut down on its own. The smaller CNG paratransit vehicles will have an extra door on each side at the rear of the coach for 2 of the 3 CNG tanks. The third CNG tank is located under the coach on the driver's side between the driver's door and the rear tires. The smaller gasoline-powered coaches will not have the extra doors. Gasoline fill is on the driver's side mid-coach, and the battery box is on the other side just to the left of the doors. On the smaller CNG vehicles, the 12-volt batteries are also to the left of the doors, and the CNG shutoff valve is on the same side, just to the back of the vehicle. Each tank also has its own CNG shutoff valve. If you have to kill the power to the batteries, you would cut the black negative wires to the front on the CNG model and to the back on the gasoline model.
Gasoline models, the positives are on the outside. That's the only thing just look for the negative and just cut every cable to the negative, and now you've killed all the power.
Moving on to the high voltage hybrid vehicles, you'll quickly be able to identify these buses by noticing the hybrid technology indicator on the top of the bus. These buses will be numbered in the 900s and look very similar to CNG buses. The difference is high voltage cables run along the top of the bus with the battery sitting on the top also.
This is going to be the cover that goes over the orange high voltage cables.
The cables run along the top of the bus, down the side to the back, and eventually into the transmission. This is an area you want to avoid if you have to do any cutting. Always be aware of orange high voltage cables.
Your battery compartment's going to be right behind here, and the battery shutoff is going to be right here.
This will only isolate the 12-24 volt system. It will not isolate the high voltage transmission. That will always be active.
The hybrid system can always be live, yes. Yes, that's something to pay close attention to.
This vehicle is also a hybrid bus and looks much different from the one we just showed you, and will be different from any bus you'll encounter.
The hybrid battery on this bus is actually located in this section right here. So it's not above the coach, it's actually below the coach on this vehicle. All the high voltage cables do run through the floor on this to the rear.
This coach does have an outside emergency isolator switch. It's located right here. In the down position, it's off, and pointing to the left, it's on. This also dumps the air so the doors will open. The diesel engine on this coach is located to the back of the bus. The fire suppression bottle is mounted in the very rear of the coach. It cannot be seen but is located directly under this panel. To open doors on this coach, use the dump switch on the other side we referred to, or the release inside the bus to the top of the door. The fuel tank is located right here.
You're going to find a front door manual release. It's an electronic button right here behind this panel. This should dump the air off the front door.
This way the front door will dump all of its air and you can pull open the doors. And unlike the other vehicles, there's only electric door dumps. There is no manual door dump on this particular coach. Diesel-fueled buses can be 40 or 60 feet long and are identical other than their size. The 60-foot diesel buses articulate in the middle. The double-decker buses are also diesel-fueled. These buses are numbered, but you can easily identify a diesel bus because it will not have the CNG or hybrid technology logo on the top. The blue and white buses are an older diesel version bus. Batteries on this bus are located in the rear. You can isolate this battery by clipping the negative wire if needed. But the bus also has a battery knife switch that will isolate power to the bus by simply turning the switch to the left. This switch knocks all power down to the bus. Fire suppression is located in the back of the bus, mounted in the ceiling. Like we said earlier, the 40 and 60-foot diesel buses are almost identical, but the double-decker diesel-fueled buses are a little different.
On this particular coach, there is no lock on the back. You just pull it open.
Inside this double-decker bus, you will see an emergency shutoff switch. There is one on the front of this coach and one that you see right here. This bus does not have a physical switch that you can cut off. It's electronically controlled, so you will have to push this button to shut off all power to this bus. Batteries are located under the driver's side and again do not have a lever to cut the power. The other shutoff switch is toward the front of the bus. You'll have to release the bike rack. Lift this panel to see the secondary battery cutoff. Either switch will isolate the batteries and cut power to the bus. On the second level of the double-decker bus, you'll see two emergency exits, one forward and one in the back. Remove the Velcro attached cover and pull the handle down and shatter the glass. The fuel tank is located right here, just behind the front wheels. On every bus you'll encounter, there are emergency electrical and fuel system shutdown switches near the driver. You'll notice an emergency release button to the left of the driver to drop air to the doors. You'll also see fire suppression buttons on the driver's panel along with electrical shutoff buttons. On every bus, the door release or dump valves are located just above the doors of the bus. If someone inside cannot get the doors open and you cannot dump the air to the doors from the outside, your only choice may be to break the glass to reach any victims trapped. All buses have release valves to open the windows from the inside, and emergency exits are well marked. We hope you've enjoyed the video we put together. All of the information given to you is also displayed in this booklet that we have placed in all of our engines and trucks. If you have an incident involving a bus or larger vehicle, try to make contact with the driver. They should know everything about the vehicle they are driving and can advise where the shutoffs and door openers are. As with all training, review this video and the booklets often. Thanks for watching.